Ethan Cross was a name that once echoed through concert halls, radio waves, and award ceremonies around the world. A prodigious American music composer, his melodies had captured hearts globally, earning him Grammys, Oscars, and countless accolades. But fame is a double-edged sword, and Ethan soon found himself trapped in its relentless grip. As time passed, competition grew fierce. New composers emerged, brilliant minds with fresh sounds that began to overshadow Ethan's work. The pressure mounted as critics whispered about his decline, fans turned their backs, and audiences at concerts started chanting the names of his rivals instead of applauding him. One fateful night, during what should have been a triumphant performance, Ethan snapped. Two hecklers jeered loudly, comparing him unfavorably to another rising star. In a fit of rage, Ethan leapt off the stage, grabbed one by the collar, and punched him hard before turning on the other. The chaos that followed ended his career overnight. Media outlets feasted on the scandal. His face plastered every tabloid, his posters burned in public squares. Isolated and broken, Ethan spiraled into despair. He retreated to a remote cabin near the Appalachian Mountains, where he spent weeks drowning in self-loathing. One cold evening, standing on the edge of a jagged cliff overlooking an abyss, he decided it was over. With tears streaming down his face, he prepared to jump. But then, a voice stopped him. "Don't do it," she said softly. Ethan turned to see a young woman standing behind him, her hiking gear dusted with dirt, her hair tousled by the wind. She looked ordinary, no makeup, no pretense, and something about her calm demeanor disarmed him. "You don't know me," she continued, stepping closer. "I'm just a hiker passing through. I don't even know who you are." Her words struck him like a hammer. For the first time in years, someone wasn't judging him based on his reputation or failures. Her indifference felt strangely liberating. She introduced herself as Lily. Over the next hour, they sat together on the rocky ledge, talking. Ethan poured out his soul, the pressures, the jealousy, the hatred he faced. Lily listened intently, nodding occasionally but never interrupting. When he finished, she smiled faintly. "There's more to life than this," she said. "More power, more possibilities. You're talented, Ethan. Don't let them take that away from you." He frowned. "What do you mean?" Lily hesitated, then leaned closer. "Have you ever heard of the Illuminati?" Ethan scoffed. "Conspiracy theories? Really?" "No," she said firmly. "It's real, and it can give you everything you've lost, and more. Power, influence, immortality. All you need to do is make a choice." Against his better judgment, Ethan listened. Lily spoke passionately about ancient rituals, hidden knowledge, and the ability to manipulate reality itself. She claimed the Illuminati could restore his glory, silence his critics, and ensure no one would ever surpass him again. Desperation clouded his reason, and when she offered to guide him, he agreed. Over the following weeks, Lily became his constant companion. She led him deep into the woods, teaching him cryptic chants and showing him symbols etched into stone centuries old. They performed strange ceremonies under the moonlight, invoking forces Ethan didn't fully understand. Slowly, things began to change. Inspiration returned tenfold. Melodies flowed effortlessly from his mind. His new compositions were unlike anything the world had ever heard, hauntingly beautiful, yet eerily unsettling. Critics hailed him as a genius reborn. Fans flocked back, begging for more. But there was a cost. Ethan began experiencing vivid nightmares. Dark figures whispered in languages he couldn't comprehend. Objects moved on their own in his cabin. Once, while composing late at night, he swore he saw shadows dancing across the walls, not cast by any light source. Each morning, he woke exhausted, as if something had drained him during the night. Lily assured him these were side effects of tapping into higher powers. "You're evolving," she said. "Embrace it." Yet doubt gnawed at him. One evening, unable to shake the feeling of being watched, Ethan confronted Lily. "Who are you really?" he demanded. "And what exactly did I agree to?" For the first time, Lily's serene mask cracked. Her eyes darkened and a chilling smile spread across her face. "Oh, Ethan," she purred. "You think I saved you out of kindness? You think I stumbled upon you by accident?" Before he could respond, she reached into her bag and pulled out a photograph. It showed Ethan as a child, sitting at a piano, surrounded by trophies. Beside him stood a woman who bore a striking resemblance to Lily. "My mother," she said coldly. "Your first teacher. Remember her?" Memories flooded back. Yes, he remembered her, a brilliant musician who had mentored him until tragedy struck. She had died mysteriously when Ethan was 12, leaving behind rumors of madness and obsession with forbidden arts. At the time, he dismissed them as nonsense. Now, staring at Lily, he realized the truth. "She made a deal too," Lily continued, "to elevate your talent beyond mortal limits, but she paid the price, her soul, and yours." Ethan staggered backward. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying," Lily whispered, her voice dripping with malice, "that you've belonged to them since you were a boy. Every note you've ever written has fed their hunger, and now, thanks to me, they'll feast forever." The room grew icy. Shadows coalesced into humanoid shapes, their hollow eyes fixed on Ethan. He tried to run, but invisible hands held him in place. Lily stepped closer, her form shifting, her skin pale, her teeth sharp, her eyes glowing red. "They wanted a vessel," she hissed, "and you'll serve them well." As the darkness swallowed him whole, Ethan understood. The music he thought was his salvation had always been his damnation. His final scream echoed through the mountains, unheard by anyone but the creatures that now claimed him. Months later, Lily released Ethan's final album posthumously. Critics called it his magnum opus, a haunting masterpiece that left listeners trembling long after the last note faded. Sales skyrocketed, cementing Ethan's legacy as the greatest composer of all time. But those who listened closely swore they could hear whispers beneath the melody, whispers calling them, inviting them. And somewhere, deep within the forest, Lily waited, ready to guide the next victim toward the abyss.